We're back, people, and today we're bringing a film on the Miami Dolphins defense versus the Buffalo Bills, and they were absolutely phenomenal in this game. Dominant performance on this side of the ball. Didn't give up a single point until the fourth quarter. I would count at least the second touchdown is pretty much garbage time. Really, really good work. I got to give Weaver so much credit. The defense has been playing better in general the last few weeks. And it feels like they've really figured it out. Like, the execution has been at a very high level. I think I made a tweet about this. The zone coverage, like the distribution, how they pass things off, like people squeezing windows, by far the best it's been all year long. Probably the best I've seen in a long time. Like, they were making life very difficult on Allen. They would disguise coverages pre-snap to post-snap. Really made them work for every play. Like, all their big plays that Buffalo had, like, they really had to earn those plays. Dolphins also created turnovers, consistently going for the ball. Shout out to a lot of those guys. Like, the defense side of the ball, like, everyone, like, really showed up pretty much, a lot of good players out there. Liked what I saw. I liked how disciplined they were in their pass rush lanes. Like, they confused Allen there as well. They would disguise coverages, drop people back. Pass rush lanes, like, they weren't getting a lot of instant pressure. I think Chubb did a pretty good job, but, they were, obviously Jalen Phillips is gone. No Chubb Robinson in this game, so they didn't get a lot of quick pressure. But they kept Allen contained, and I think the back end, the secondary, really made Allen hold on to the ball. And I think Weaver and the players deserve a lot of credit for that. And really just, it was really fun to actually watch it. Similar to last season, the defense has a slow start and then really picks it up. I wouldn't be surprised the defense has a strong rest of this season, at least for the most part. I think one of the biggest positives for not just this game but the future is a lot of the young guys played a ton of snaps. All three rookie defensive tackles played snaps this one, even Zeke Biggers. We got Grant and Phillips playing similar amounts of snaps, both making some nice plays. A lot of the impact guys that, are guys who are going to be here for the foreseeable future. Jordan Brooks was phenomenal. Trader, I thought, looked really good. We got Marshall back out there for his first action. And I thought he had some good plays. I'm going to do some some more individual breakdowns later in the week. I'm probably going to do Jordan Phillips next because I thought he was really good. But yeah, we're going to start breaking this down early on here. I also made a video on Juju Brent's history. He was another player that played really well. A lot of players to give credit to in this one. But this one, up front, Bills on a 3rd and short situation early in the game. They, first 2 snaps, they get them down to 3rd and short. Buffalo tries to run the ball. Dolphins just had such a better game playing versus the run. And just good job here. Basically, they're kind of, zone read, tack down, RPO element. Once he sees Chubb not instantly fly down, he's handing this off to James Cook. And I think they do a pretty good job here. I think, Grant gets moved down a little bit, but he kind of spins out of it to at least constrict this long enough. And then Brooks and Chubb are able to converge on Cook at the same time. Just being physical at the point of attack, limiting, yards after contact opportunity. They limited Yak all game long. They were just strong at the tackle point, and they only gained 1 yard here. And since it's early in the game and they're not quite at midfield, the Bills didn't decide to punt. So you get a nice little stop there, 3 and out to start the game. Good job up front by those guys. Just very, very nice start there. You get your next drive going. Like I'm saying, this was something very interesting that the Dolphins did. So they actually motioned. I missed the start of this play, but Juju Brents right here is actually down in the slot now. He was aligned outside as the outside corner, but they actually had him follow down into the slot because I think they basically were trying to disguise it was man coverage, because usually if your corner follows a guy down in the slot, it might look like it's going to be man, but they basically just swap roles in zone. So while I think he was supposed to be the flat defender in cover 2, they just swap roles. He places the hook. Jordan Brooks goes and plays the flat because, why not? If you can do that, playing the flat compared to the hook is actually, easier for Jordan Brooks defensively. It's actually an easier role for him, I think. So it ends up disguising the coverage. Now Josh Allen is a little bit confused. He has no easy options here. He ends up forcing a check down, and Jack Jones, get down, make a tackle for loss, get them into a 2nd and long situation. Really good work there. Dolphins rotating into that cover 2. Really like that sort of wrinkle, because you don't see that a lot where you would trust your corner and linebacker to basically just swap zones. But it is possible in a cover 2 situations as long as guys understand their responsibilities, communicating. Here's another good job. Dolphins pre-snap to post-snap rotation. Minka rotates over, showing middle of the field. Tyrell Dodson is showing blitz. He bails out. They rotate into Tampa 2. They gain a bunch of depth. They take away the throws down the field, force Josh Allen to check it down on a 3rd and long. Now, they do get close to converting, but they do make it. So the Bills have to at least try on 4th down. They are making it as difficult as possible, not giving easy completions. Also, good pass rush by Bradley Chubb, working the stunt game up here with Zach Sealer. Knocks 76 on his butt. They do another really solid job there. Not sure why the Bills didn't run a tush push here. They actually faked the tush push and try to roll out of it. Dolphins played super disciplined football. Great work here because this is just good football IQ from Jordan Brooks. These guys off the edge like Minka, Brents, and even Tyrell Dotson. They understand hey, I'm not the initial D lineman here in the middle. I'm not going to actually have an impact at stopping the initial part of this play. Now, if they slow him down and then Josh tries to bounce it out a little bit, then I can get in there and make a play. But once he recognizes that Josh moves out, boom, Brooks makes an adjustment, knows hey, this running back coming out on the flat, this is mine. I got to take away fast to flat. Brent's there to also help. Tyrell Dotson realizes they have that taken care of, so Dotson just closes, makes Josh Allen forces him into a situation where he has to throw the ball down the field. And then good job by everyone else. Trader knows he's man-to-man on the tight end. He sticks with Dawson Knox, doesn't give him another option. Jack Jones stays with Shavers. And then Minka's downfield with Jackson Haas, and he makes a great play on the ball. Everyone just does their job in this situation. Very smart football. Want to give credit to Tyrell Dotson because I don't think I mentioned his name yet, but I feel like he's been playing better in recent weeks too. And he was someone I was harping on a lot earlier in the season. A lot of the defenders individually have stepped up, and that has just made the whole unit better. Everyone doing their job there. Love this disguise from the Dolphins. So on the ball, showing Minka could blitz, Quinn Bell could blitz, Dotson kind of sneaking up he might, end up coming on the pressure. But everyone pretty much drops back. The initial 4 guys go down. Bell drops back, Minka drops back. And the Dolphins just go into a cover 3, and they do a good job distributing in zone. Like how Jack Jones kind of cheats the inside to take away the initial seam route. I feel like he sees this. They pass this off. Take away here. Minka would squeeze here. Quinn Bell here, but he can pass it off to Dotson. These routes taken away. Now Trader then can cheat to take away that seam route initially. Now Josh Allen has to escape the pocket. Dolphins, I think, did a pretty good job at least containing him. And if he did escape the pocket, they were at least in a position to not allow him to run. They would at least force him to pass. Bradley Chubb, good hustle play. And you get another forced incompletion. Everyone sticks with it, too. That's another big thing is once it turns into scramble drill, find your guy. Tyrell Dotson, find your guy. Jack Jones, stick there. Everyone sticks with their guy. That's a big part. But even this, force the Bills to make big plays. Here, they go play action, hit that back foot, and it's not even this is badly covered. Josh Allen has to throw within, usually Josh Allen, not a very anticipatory passer, but here he has to throw with extreme anticipation and ball placement just to get a completion to Kincaid right past Jordan Brooks. At least, I'm fine with this being the completion. Them getting a big play off of that, where you force the quarterback and tight end to make a really high-level play together, and that's what works for them. Usually, it's just super easy for offenses. This was at least a tight window throw where the quarterback has to, anticipate for once. So, really good work there from the Bills' offense. Dolphins' defense not making it as easy, and then just continuing to stop the run. How many times in the past have we seen the Bills come out in this look where they come out and either sometimes in the past they would actually have 6 linemen and 2 tight ends. Here they've got 3 tight ends. So they come out in 13 personnel. And the Dolphins will get absolutely bullied in the pass in these looks. They did not at all in this game. You get one Dante Trader on the backside beating Dawson Knox to the point of attack. He identifies he makes a good read here and closes downhill. Dawson Knox responsible. Great closing speed. Good job dipping your shoulder, getting underneath. Everyone else, good job setting the edge here from all these guys. Chubb, Phillips, Matthew Butler. And then also, look at this play from Jordan Brooks. This is an insane play. The fact that Jordan Brooks, who is this A-gap defender, Jordan Brooks is an play side A-gap defender, dips underneath here, and everyone on this side is here. The fact that he dips underneath it from this side completely avoids the block. Rip, dip, and then peel back to make it on the other side. That's insane. Basically the opposite A-gap. Not normal. That's such an impressive, bendy, instinctive play from Jordan Brooks. I can't even I can't even explain how good of a play that is to the fullest details because it's just so impressive for all the little things he's doing, and also just great job from everyone doing your run fits, filling in at the point of attack. Dodson also there to potentially make a play if they don't, but good job there from Brooks and Dante Trader to make that play. And even the plays where they actually did get a nice little gain, like, that kind of gets around Dotson's just a little bit late to get there, but Jack Jones constantly fighting. Like, this is the Jack Jones experience. Look at him. He punches that ball out at the last second, gets a little punch out. This is what Jack Jones does. He'll have the most infuriating, frustrating moments, and then he'll create some crazy big plays where we truly experience the full range of emotions when Jack Jones is out there. And this is one of the positive ones, especially like overall game, I would say, fairly positive. Now, they don't almost recover. Juju Brents gets on it. Great job finishing, recovering that, but just a huge turnover on a drive where the Bills were actually driving. It was the first time they were actually having some momentum. Dolphins create a big turnover. Sometimes you just got to have an individual player step up and create in a big moment. Dolphins get it there from Jack, so really good work from him. Another good moment here. Love this. So Dolphins basically disguising pre-snap. So when they motion over here, so they're showing a lot of blitz. They motion across. Dolphins are selling zero. Trader's motioning with him, and then he bails out, goes deep. Dolphins end up not playing man at all. Most of these guys drop. They just end up running like a stunt up front with Sealer and Grant. So they drop. Now Allen is confused. They take away the initial options, and this is a third down. So like he could dump it underneath, but they're there to tackle. The routes down the field are taken away. Josh tries to escape, but the stunt up front is just perfect rush lane discipline. You have Sealer crashing down. So they both slant to the offense's left here. They're right. Off rip. And then Sealer crashes, and then Grant's going to loop. And this is exactly what you need to do. Grant loops around would be here if Josh Allen tries to step up and go to the right. Grant's there to make a play, but Josh Allen sees that's going to happen, so he moves off, seeing that Grant's free, going this way. Sealer understands his rush discipline is now to work through this and fill in this lane, and it leads to a Zach Sealer sack there. Really good call and execution just all around. I love what I was seeing this week. It was like a whole different team than what we saw for a lot of the start of the year. Another really solid play from Dante Trader. Probably will get a Dante Trader film breakdown this week because I thought he was really good. Down in the box, Bills running jet sweep. Jack Jones also does a really good job splitting the two blockers. So he takes on the two blockers. Dante Trader then takes a great angle to get to the outside and not allow him to reach the edge, which then forces him back into Jack Jones, and Jack Jones makes the tackle. So absolutely phenomenal work here from Jack Jones and Dante Trader to stop that, really limit that gain versus the run there on a jet sweep. Another play here where so this was the third and long where they start converting. And it's fine. Like, there's some problems on this play for Miami, but you're forcing the Bills and Josh Allen to literally make insane plays. Like, they get a really good pressure look up front. They work a stunt. Chubb just isn't quite able to finish. That's fine. It happens. Josh Allen is a tough QB to tackle. And he has to literally create so much off script. Everything's taken away. Now, there is a little bit of a miscommunication because Josh Allen literally had like 10 seconds on this play. I don't blame the secondary too much when you have to cover this long. But once, you got to find a guy. And right here, I think Marshall and Minka both go to Knox and kind of leave Curtis Samuel. I think Marshall, once he realizes Minka's on him and he's not sticking with anyone, he's got to look and find someone else. Just gets a little bit lost, and they get that completion. But as I was saying, they were making the Bills have to earn it as much as possible, and I'm fine with it if that's how it had to happen. But later on, you get the interception. You did a great job bending and not breaking. Dolphins finally actually bring the cover zero look, bring that quick pressure, force Josh to feel a little bit, and actually have to, make a fairly quick decision and force a panic throw. Because honestly, right up here at the top, Jack Jones kind of gets beat late, but since they bring zero, that's fine if you get beat late, as long as you don't get beat early, and no one's beat early. Melifondu's in good position. Minka's in good position. Brents is in solid position initially. And then ball's thrown to the inside, miscommunication, Melifondu gets the interception, probably his biggest play of the season. I mean, definitely his biggest play of the season. So good work there from the play call execution there from Melifonwu, and the Dolphins finally give a touchdown. It's when Bonner comes in the game, so Brents had went out with a little bit from injury. Bonner's just got to turn and locate the ball. He's actually in good position. He's in where he needs to be. He's step for step with Keon Coleman. He just doesn't turn to locate the ball and doesn't kind of react to when he goes backwards or goes for the back shoulder. So that's sort of a mistake from Bonner. Bonner probably had the worst game because he didn't play that much and then gave up that touchdown. Definitely the one negative play. But then one of the biggest plays I think for the defense was the play right after where they had to go for it on 2-point conversion because this is a potential game changer. If they get this, it turns to be 16-8, which means it's a one-score game. If you stop them, it's still a two-score game, which is a huge advantage, especially this late in the fourth quarter. Bills have nothing open. Take away this initially to Curtis Samuel. Then the running back taken away there from Willie Gay. Really good job. And then Trader taking away Coleman late, back to the end zone. Get your eyes on him. Stick with it. Nothing. Dawson Knox taken away right there from, I believe, Minka. Yeah, that's Minka. And then he finally has to go to his check down to Shakir down the flat. And honestly, I'll tell you this. I was shocked Shakir didn't score. Shakir, who is a very good yak guy, who constantly is breaking tackles, making guys miss. I don't know why he didn't just dive to the pylon. I feel like he does the pylon, he gets in. But he tries to give a little bit of a move. Jack Jones takes out the leg, and as he's diving in, Minka stops him. Barely. This is a team effort, what you have to do, because, if it's one-on-one with Mac Jones, Jack Jones, or, he's scoring against pretty much everyone here, if it's one-on-one. But since it's two, you take out the legs, the other one comes and stops the momentum over the top, and that's a huge, huge play. Then the crazy tush push where he gained 15 yards and then fumbled. Great job from Jack Jones, sort of slowing him down. You could tell he's trying to get that ball out. And then Jordan Brooks comes in with the punch to knock it out. Gets it loose. Minka gets the big play. Another huge turnover in the game. That basically, I feel like, put it away because you score after that. And then this is the last play I'm going to break down. I don't need to show the other touchdown because I feel like it was garbage time and pointless. Just one of those plays didn't really need to be shown. So last play here, Dolphins bring the fire zone blitz with Minka. You end up bringing 5. You blitz. Looks like I think that's Willie Gay. Yeah, Willie Gay, Dodson, and Minka on this play. Jordan Brooks, Quinn Bell drop, which I liked seeing these looks. Dolphins had a very interesting personnel on defense because we got Quinn Bell in, who can actually drop into coverage, and I feel like that helped the defense in certain situations because he's a pretty good coverage dropper. You got Willie Gay some snaps. You brought him in on some blitzes, and he had a good coverage snap in that 2-point conversion. It's not like these guys played a lot, but they played some snaps. You also got Zeke Bigger some snaps, so different guys playing some here. And then Minka gets the sack combined there with Willie Gay. Absolutely phenomenal work all around from this defensive unit. There was also a Bradley Chubb sack that I didn't end up showing after that as well. They called a pretty dumb penalty on it. I'm probably going to do a Bradley Chubb film breakdown at some point this week so I can show it there. But yeah, all around, defense was phenomenal. It was dominant. They were the reason they won this game. Offense did their job as well. But this is the kind of, if the defense was playing anywhere close to this earlier in the season, even half of what they're doing right now, the Dolphins would actually probably be in a pretty decent position. The defense was, historically bad. But now they're completely opposite. That's why, God, sometimes football can be so frustrating because, coming to the season, I felt pretty decent about the defense and then had a horrible, horrible start. And then now you're starting to see, oh, this is what it could have been, but it just took a while to get there, a little longer than expected. So, yeah, if you guys are comment, subscribe,